Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh? I'll be right here. I'll be right back. Let it play one more time because I need to. for you guys. God. 12 minutes of that song. Hi, you guys. Oops. Hi, everybody. Hear those cats? They're going absolute bonkers. Hi, BH. Hi, Tattooed Angel. Hi, Deanna M. Hi, Jean Warren. Hi, Arco Show. Hi, Mary Jane Doe. SJJKKS Mama. Hi, Deanna M. Chicken Snake. Courtney. Leisha. Oops. Sorry. Christy Kids, Art Ghost Show, Jean, I already said those. Hi, you guys. Well, I heard her live. We're not going to talk about things, okay? But I heard the entire part with me anyway, not poor Rose. I'll just say that. And I'll just say this, you never know what a day will bring, huh? My Korean ginger and lime GoCo. Yeah. So, you know, people say, and I'm not directing this to anyone, but I'm going to say this. People say they don't bully. I'm here to say, yes, you do. Because you want to treat people the way, right? You want to be treated. Would anybody want to go through that? And I don't know if I was blocked. I was trying to write some comments in there, but by Destiny, I'm going to say it right here. Supposedly she had pictures to show me of some kind of herpy deal. I'm going to say that. So if people think I was just on that show talking about me, no, I wasn't. But I went ahead and, told Destiny I don't have them, never have, anything like that. I hear they're easy to get. But anyway, so was that kind of embarrassing? It takes more than that to embarrass me, you guys, seriously. Embarrassing. When I was being called delusional and crazy and I feel sorry for her, I'm going to say right here, like I tried to say in her chat, I know my reality and I know my truth. And I get to go to my grave with my reality and my truth. And oh my God, these cats are insane. All right, please. Now, I'm not crazy. I don't use people. I still owe her $200. Yeah. So, and also, I've never said I went and I never said I didn't go. I didn't say anything. Okay. I didn't say anything. So we do need to get that straight. And I don't have to say anything. I don't have to. And people don't have to like me, and people don't have to understand me or why I do what I do or why I act the way I act or why I've said the things I've said. There's reasons for everything. Okay. Anyway, it's whatever. I'm okay. A ton of women reaching out to me on Messenger. Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh my God. I really am okay. And you want to know why? I'm relieved. I'm relieved. The messages are out there, whatever. I couldn't remember what I said to her, you know. Hopefully, this will put the what to rest. The baby, the dog, the horse. I don't know what to even say. Put the, you know, um, why do some people have clarity that people's private lives are their own? But just because you're a YouTube creator, like other people, and including myself now, we have to divulge our personal life, if our lives. If we don't, I mean, right? And then all these people go around and say it must be, and I'm not knocking Southerners. I love you guys, but I've never heard it before. And two Southerners said it. If you don't, what is it? Feed me, finance me, and fuck me, then you have nothing to do with me, or something like that. So I'm not going to say it, but did I bawl my eyes out while I was being accused of things and called weird names like delusional and crazy and all those things, you guys? Hell yeah. I was bawling, and I'm glad my daughter didn't see. But she came in my room and she was like, "Why are you on there?" And I said, "Because people are talking about herpes and me. Like, this is stuff from freaking high school, you guys." And people were over in her channel laughing about it, fucking laughing. First of all, to anyone out there that has them, right? Especially down there, which I guess was really funny too. I feel sorry for you, okay? Because I've heard from what my own mother's friend goes through. If she's just in the sunshine, she gets them all around her lips. Okay. And if you guys never have the discussion with anybody about that, then I feel sorry for you. Okay. People have to talk about, you know, being safe, being careful, being clean, whatever. So honestly, I'm not embarrassed. I'm in a way embarrassed for society. I might be coming across a little pissed off right now. I'm just shocked, you guys. In one breath, she could sit there and have a carrying bone in her body. And she knows who I'm talking about. It was her live that just had to air things. And then snicker behind her fucking avatar. And then in another breath say, "Oh, I'm not bullying." Yeah, you are. And everybody in chat that chimed in, every single one of you. You know what? I'm actually happier to be me. I'm happier to be me than any of you in her chat today. You want to know why? Because I've never treated anyone like that. Not one little time. Did I say something in confidence that was mean? Really not nice? Judgmental? Yes. Did I apologize without saying names because I wasn't allowed to talk about anything? And that is the best, or we all thought. And in a roundabout way, I did. And I outright did to Anne, but I hear she hasn't accepted it, and that's okay. I didn't expect her to. I wasn't asking for a friend request. I did hear she tried to pipe down some people chiming in about me on her show, but then what? The next day, people are back to it again? It's just shocking to me. It's really shocking to me. You know? I knew. I knew. I said to Jimmy, I said, the longer you don't let me on, the more things are going to be built up, the more gangs, the more people are going to be whatever. It's going to be less okay or whatever for me to come back on. And boy, was I right. Everybody's had a heyday with me and Jimmy's private life. Everybody's had a heyday talking about other people that just felt for me. I mean, I've never even met Rose. She's just kind of gone through the same kind of cyberbullying. And now she's being ostracized and shunned, and she is, from 2 different channels. I won't say where. And in one breath, people can say, oh, everybody's welcome. Are they? Are they really? You know? People did me wrong. Okay, I'm not going to say who, but I was done wrong. Okay? Did I do wrong? Yes. Can people stop talking about this? Can they? I don't think they can. People have had secrets and gossiping and everything for years. This isn't going to end. It isn't going to end. It isn't. You know? People are being picked apart for who they like or want, whose chat they want to be in or whatever. And you guys know it. And you know what I notice about different creators, and I'm not going to say who. I notice this a lot. They bully, then they kind of get caught, they get talked about, they don't like it. So what do they say? Oh, we're not going to do that here. We're not a bullying channel. Boom. Somebody bullies in chat, it's left alone. Someone comes up on panel, left alone. You know? I'm beginning to think, for real, you guys, that I was supposed to find Dolly Vision for a reason, so that I would go through this someone really naive that people might like, that doesn't know a damn thing about the internet. And maybe I can teach you all, or even one of you, not to bully. And don't sit there, these different creators, and say you don't do it when you do. And I used to say fuck all the time too, a lot. That doesn't make you any more bolder, stronger, wiser, or tougher. I could say fuck, 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 fuck too. So what? I partially acted the way I did on Uncensored for all of you because it was called Uncensored. I was trying to mix it up. I was trying to be funny. I was trying to be kind of talk about things that we could get away with. And I'm going to say this right here. I wasn't planning on it, but I can't tell you how many messages I've gotten from people that say, ever since you're not on there anymore, it's boring. I mean, I shouldn't even say it, but I'm just telling you. I got like 6 last night. I've been getting them for weeks. Or I wish you could be back over there. This isn't for, PCT needs to be back on Dolly Vision. It isn't. I'm telling you, people liked my candidness. People liked my transparency. People miss me. But it's okay. I understand nothing stays the same. It isn't about that. It's just that people think I was so crass and so awful on Uncensored. Well, I'm not given a book of what to do or say. I tried to come up with true crime things, you know? And I mean, everyone wants to say that I knew about his private relationship. Hell no. Hell no. Were people talking about it in chat, like Mel and God knows everyone else? And I was called Red over in Stone Not Alones. And oh, she's going to be so embarrassed if she goes to Tennessee. I just couldn't believe it. I thought people just didn't like me and didn't want me to go. So I'm here to say I didn't know. Okay. Dates don't even matter. Okay. I mean, it just doesn't. I don't know. I'll say this before I start my live. Jimmy's right. The more drama and chaos and haters you have, the more subs you get. In one day, from yesterday, I went from 1,219 to 1,235 this morning. I was shocked. I'm like, what? People are curious. People want to know how you're going to act. Are you going to cry? What are you going to say to incriminate yourself or incriminate someone else or pick on someone else or is she going to be nice or do you know? But honestly, you guys, I'm so used to this now. I reached out to 3 different women that were just sick, physically sick. One is already sick. I'm just going to say her name, Art Ghost Show in Italy. She's like sick over all of this. She can't even believe what's going on. But I can because I've been living it off and on for a year. You know, not everybody knows every little bullying thing I've gone through. I don't sit there and message people, "Oh, this is happening here. Oh, this." No, it's constant. But good grief. It is my purpose on life to have children and they grow and then I'm put in this position. I mean, I'm not saying I mean, I chose this. I understand all that, but is this a lesson, you know, for everybody? And also, I'll say this. Um, Somebody in that chat over there said that I was showing my ass on Ernie's. No, I wasn't. I had a red dress on and it looked like a nightgown thing. And I didn't even know he was live or I could even get into chat. So I didn't put on some dress to go on Ernie's. And I had met him, you know, on Uncensored. So he remembered me. I asked him, I said, "Do you remember me?" And he did. And he invited me up on panel. I was shocked, you know. So when I stood up like a dummy, he asked me to turn around. So I did. I just did a little twirl, whatever. And it looked like I had a slip or something on. I showed the littlest amount of thigh. That's not my ass. You know what I mean? And another thing, if I ever get a tattoo anywhere, it's not going to be on my ass. That's the other thing. You know, that was even going around. It's just amazing what people want to run with. And another thing, I've never timed out or blocked anybody. Even when the lady Because if I say her name, she'll come into chat and get all mad. Oh, my name's in someone's mouth. Leaked the first messages. I didn't time her out. I didn't ask anyone to. For all I know, she was blocked. I don't know. And that bothered me. Do people care? No. They run with the fact that I blocked or I whatever. No, I didn't. So, I don't know. Well, I mean, am I even allowed to stand up for myself on my own show or stick up for myself a little bit? I hope so. I'm not bashing anyone, but I am here to say for the creators out there that have been talking and sharing messages and giggling behind the scenes, and then in one breath they're doing that, and another they're typing in chat, oh, I'm not bullying, but I'm just laughing at what bull crap. And I don't have to say names. Every single one of you know who you are. Every single one of you. It's whatever. Oh, God. Nah. I don't have an ass, really. All right, you guys are all talking about that now here. Who knows what's going on? So he's going live in 13 minutes. I was thinking of just like, I should just disappear for a while. Not, but I have friends that care about me, and stuff like that. And in my life, the bullies aren't going to win. Not in my life. I feel sorry for Rose. She doesn't deserve this. She speaks her mind, and she's kind of, a character and likes to put a little acting in there. But, people in a certain chat are dissing her left and frickin' right. And she's constantly saying, but the creator's nice, the creator's nice, the creator's nice, the creator's nice. Who does that? Someone that's nice. Someone whose mind can expand to other people's feelings. All right. So, this is tantalizing Tinder dates. Well, the kitty plays with a ball in his plate. Here. Over there. All right. Let me turn this off really quick. The camera. Find my thing. Okay, so this person, you guys have probably heard about. Her name's Grace Mullane. Oh, shoot. See, there, I bumped the littlest thing, and then, so it'd be nice if we could show some grace to poor Team Rose. She's been through hell and back. She has real life stalkers, you guys. just like Jimmy does. And guess what? I'm not one of them. Like you guys want to think I am. I'm not a stalker. Ask Jimmy. Ask Jimmy if I'm a stalker. Okay. Grace Mullane. This lady right here. Put a 1 in the chat, please. If you've ever heard of this story, you guys. Thanks, you guys. I knew I had some friends left. Well, maybe we can focus on Tinder dates and talk and chat, even though I just did that spiel. And by the way, this is how weird my life is. I wasn't going to say one damn word. I was going to come up and say, well, you never know what a day will bring, and then just get right into this. And I'm so flabbergasted and disgusted that adults can almost act meaner than children. But what would I know? Except that both of my kids were bullied, and it was relentless and pretty damn bad. And I'm not going to talk about it. I've already been through it, talked about it on my other lives. And maybe that's why, actually, I probably voiced an opinion on it quite a few years later, because I thought they were going to be damaged, and they weren't. Anyway, nobody's heard of Grace Mullane, the Grace Mullane, Murder. So, I haven't heard this story in a good year. The man who, I'll say killed, okay? The man who killed British backpacker Grace Mullane in New Zealand has been convicted of sex attacks on 2 more women. Jessie Kempson, 28, can now be named after a court order. Sorry. Okay, it took me to a totally different page, so I'm going to start over. In October, Kempson was convicted, and now it just switched back to that page, you guys. Okay, good grief. There. Let's see if it'll stay on this page. Now it's on a 3rd page. This is crazy. Why is it doing this? It says view simplified page. And even if I don't want to view it, it changes it. Wow. Okay. Grace Mullane, Murder. Jessie Kempson guilty of attacking 2 more women. The man who killed British backpacker Grace Mullane in New Zealand has been convicted of sex attacks on 2 more women. Jessie Kempson, 28. Okay, I already read that. Well, why? All right. In February, he was jailed for a minimum of 17 years for killing Miss Mullane in his hotel room in Auckland in December 2018. I thought this was in England, but it's in New Zealand. The Mullane family said they do not think about him or speak his name. In October, Kempson was convicted of 8 charges relating to various attacks, including using a knife against a woman between November 2016 and April 2017. The woman said something inside of him snapped when he got angry and said he held a knife to my throat. In November, Kempson was convicted by a separate judge sitting alone of raping Jean, another woman, on their first and only date in April 2018. She told the court I was just frozen and I let him do what he needed to do so I could try and go to sleep or go home as soon as possible. And there he is. Oh, thanks for the trigger warning, Art. Thank you. Okay. The 11-year jail term for these 9 offenses, all committed while he was living in Auckland, while being served concurrently with his sentence for Miss Mullane's MURDER. I want to just ignore it, but I'll say BM Turtle Madness. Why would I be answering questions now if I haven't answered one in these last 3 weeks? Why would I answer questions? If your voice messages were smeared all over for the literal world to hear, you wouldn't be shocked? I don't know what kind of question that even is. Don't time her out. Don't block her. She can be in here. Anybody can be in here. Thank you. Okay. Concern had grown for the welfare of Miss Mullane from Wickford in Essex in December 2018 when she failed to respond to friends and family wishing her a happy 22nd birthday. Within days of her disappearance, police had identified Kempson as the prime suspect and managed to track his movements by trawling, Trawling, through CCTV. Please don't fight in chat, okay, you guys? I'm not saying, yeah, let's just, if there's someone you'd rather not, hear, talk to, see, I don't know, hit the 3 dots, hit the block. I don't want them blocked from my program, though, because, people are entitled to their opinions, but I'm done answering questions. I haven't answered any yet, and I won't. It's my life, and Dolly Vision, Jimmy, has his life, and everybody has their own lives. Hi, Team Rose. I'm sorry you're getting smeared all over Tarnation. I'm sorry your face is being wiped up by the sidewalk. Or the sidewalk is being wiped up by your face. I don't know what it is, but I heard that once towards me. So, in essence, you guys, I've been threatened on here. Miss Mullane's body was discovered in the mountainous Waitakere Ranges, having been stuffed into a suitcase by Kempson and buried. I forgot about that. The killing prompted New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern to apologize to Ms. Mullane's parents, David and Gillian, saying, "Your daughter should have been safe here. She wasn't, and I'm sorry for that." Oh, that's that real nice lady. When I talked about the volcano in, what island was it? White Island. That erupted and people died when they were exploring it around the top. That's in one of my videos. That's a pretty good program. I saw that all unfold on TV. And Jacinda Ardern, to all those, what are you guys called? You're not, you're New Zealanders, but what's the word for it? Is there a New Zealander in here right now? Shoot. What's the name? I can't think of it. Anyway, She's very nice, caring. During the MURDER trial in 2019, the 12-person jury was shown footage of Miss Mullane and Kempson seemingly enjoying each other's company around the city on a date. They were seen on CCTV returning to his hotel, City Life, where Kempson later strangled, I guess I can say that word, Miss Mullane in his room. Why would he do it? The only reason I can think of, right, ladies, is she turned down his advances. I don't know. I can't remember if he ever said she did it for any certain reason. Apparently, what's his face, but the guy, that the holiday, oh God, I can't remember names. Something holiday, right? And her mother spoke and her body was deposited in the ocean. That whole thing, that guy that killed her and killed the woman in Peru, he says he did it because I think when he woke up in the morning, she was looking in his computer and it was like open to a page where he was being accused of the thing in Aruba. That's why he says he did it. Who knows though, right? Hi everybody, Natalie Holloway, thank you. Okay, whoops. I appreciate every single one of you in here. I'm just not going to get all close and squint and try to read names. In a statement, the Mullane family said the suppression of Kempson's name had allowed people to remember Grace, a young, vibrant girl who set out to see the world, instead of the man who took her life. Wow. And let me just say this about Bombshell. She's a Spitfire. And frankly, I think she's going to win Turtle Island. And I'm not saying that so she'll like me and be on my side. But I did see some sensitivity in her when she was listening to my messages. So I know there's some good in that woman. I know there is, and I've never met her. So for much of the, why is it talking about the trial already? Good grief. Because I just don't want to hear about that right now. I kind of like her, Miss Bombshell, and I don't know why, but I do. Cancel. Shoot. And I like the Southern accent. I always have. Okay. Good grief. Usually I can just post stuff up. Okay. So Mullane met Kempson on a dating app in December 2018. She was last seen in the center of Auckland, and her body was subsequently found by police in a bush-clad area in the west of the city. Okay. Wow. So he got 7.5 years for R-ing one woman. Not even kidding, I just read it. And 3.5 for R-ing another woman. And then this poor Mullane gets killed, and I'm not sure how much time he got. And you guys, don't run over to Dolly Vision and all these other places and try to twist things and say PCT was bashing Bombshell and bashing Jimmy and bashing. I haven't bashed anyone, okay? I've stated my truth and reality of what I want to share of my life, and I said I feel sorry for people that bully, and I didn't mention names. Good grief. Okay. A woman who met the man who strangled and killed Grace Mullane in Auckland in 2018 reveals how she felt uneasy and unsafe on their date. She said, I went on a date with her killer. There's Grace Mullane. And let me say this really quick. Think about if it happened to you. Just put yourself in my shoes and other people's shoes. How would you handle this, you guys? Would you disappear? Would you do a live? Would you say how it made you feel? Would you be a little bit hurt and a little bit angry and a little persnickety like I'm being? Would you bawl your eyes out? Would you swear and get on a big bandwagon and be all boastful and say, I don't give a crap and this and that and the other thing and I this and I can take it and I that? What would you do? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to curl up on my freaking mattress and just cry? I've been through worse than this. In real life, I have. I have. So this woman said that they chatted for 2 weeks before they met up, and the conversation was quite light, quite fun. He was an Australian, so we talked about Aussie things. He seemed like a nice, normal guy, and when we agreed to meet, I was happy to do that. But then maybe 5 days before that, he got really persistent. He would text me multiple times in a day, and if I didn't reply, he would ask if something was wrong. He kept trying to bring the date forward and would forget I had told him I was busy. It was unusual for someone to be that persistent. I have had guys before who are maybe a bit persistent, but from nervous excitement, a different kind of excited. It was just unusual that he could not possibly wait until Sunday. It felt very narcissistic. And, I don't know why he's blurred out. Well, I guess because they don't. But that's him and Miss Mullane walking around. He's got his arm around her, and I think they went and had some wine or a few drinks. Let's see. So with this other lady, right, that she felt uneasy with him, he messaged me at around 9 o'clock the morning after Ms. Mullane's MURDER saying, good morning, how are you? And again at around 10:30. He said it was fine if I didn't feel like going on the date, and that was when I messaged and said I would meet him. We went to Revelry. It is a very standard bar, very popular. Lots of people go there. More of a nighttime bar. I had never drank there during the afternoon or day, but it is open and he wanted to go there. He was bigger than his photos showed. Obviously, he had put on some weight. He had big, distinctive eyes and he was very, very clean. His clothes looked clean and he was well groomed. I asked him a lot of questions and he sort of talked. He tried to ask me a few questions, but they weren't very in-depth questions. I thought he was nervous. I guess because he had said one thing in messages about where he worked and a different thing on the date. I guess because he had said one thing in messages about where he worked and a different thing on the date, I started to feel a bit uneasy. Whoa, man, really? And I'll just quickly show you. This is where Miss Mullane's body was found, buried in the suitcase. Well, I'm glad, Angelique, I'm glad people like Rosa's Southern accent. I like doing it too. It's just fun. Why can't Southerners just embrace it and embrace me doing it? I mean, yeah, I'm better than other days, but I mean, you know, and I'm kind of confused. I mean, I'm born in the Midwest where they have this sort of this Nordic on the phone. Instead of it's yeah. But then I go to high school in Vermont, which is like, it's not New York, but it's across the darn lake and it's upbeat and quick and moving and everything talking really fast. And Rose is from New York. That's part of the reason she's a quick talker, you know? Right, Rose? And thanks. I'll probably get all kinds of crap. Can you believe she did a southern little drawl on her live after all of that? I can just hear it now. And it wasn't planned. It's just me being me. Can I not be me as long as I'm not hurting anyone? And am I really hurting anyone? But anyway, right? And then now, since the 90s, I'm clear over here in the darn Pacific Northwest. And I don't even know how they talk. I mean, Mab's from here. I think he was born in the Midwest, you guys, like Illinois or Indiana. Maybe it was Indiana. He said it in his first live. So he's a Midwesterner. And 3 Dot, I think he was born in California. I think they have more of like a Montana, California, laid back kind of way. You know what I mean? Like that. So what on earth am I? A mixed bowl of soup, you know? All right. I had a headache. I'm going to have to take some Tylenol. Because he was from Australia, this is the girl that went on the date that was getting the EBGBs. I asked him where he had met his friends, and he said all his friends were police officers. He said that? Well, maybe they were. He had met them at bars, and they had invited him back for barbecues. He said his best friend was coming over to be a Crown Court prosecutor. So he sort of had this theme. I think it was definitely on his mind, and I think he was, in a weird way, trying to process something of what had happened. Hey, that's like me. I don't mean to keep coming back to me, but that's perfect. I'm trying to, while I'm doing this live, process what has happened. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, trying to process something of what had happened, what he had done with me. It was a very strange insight into what someone's brain does after they do something like that. Okay, that just makes no sense. I think it was definitely on his mind. What? What was on his mind? He says best friend was coming over to be a Crown Court prosecutor. Okay. I think it was definitely on his mind that his friend was going to come over. Okay. In a weird way, trying to process something of what had happened, what he had done with me. It was a very strange insight into what someone's brain does after they do something like that. Did this guy go out with her after then he killed Miss Mullane? I was thinking it was before, but no, it was after. It's crazy how a guy can make one mistake. Okay, and once again, look what New Zealand does. They're literally doing this to suppress his identity. It says right there, the killer's identity is suppressed under New Zealand law. Maybe we should do that in the States, you guys. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Heinz 57. Okay. Well, yeah, that's better than a mixed bowl of soup. My grandma told me I'm a mixed bowl of soup because I'm 80% Norwegian and 20% German, Polish, Dutch, Scottish, and Irish. A mixed bowl of soup. But I like the Heinz 57. Nice. Thank you, everybody, for coming over. Thank you. I don't look at them as trolls. I don't. I look at these people as they're mostly women. I look at them as older mothers, or as some people call us out there, old. We're old. Once you reach 60, you're old. And this isn't good when it gets warm. So to me, a troll is like, you know, I mean, I'm probably wrong, but they come in with different avatars and names. They act different, and they just like to make trouble, I guess. No, these are grown housewives who many of their children are gone, probably. They maybe have nothing better to do. They might be divorced, like me. I've been divorced for a while. Oh, and that's another thing I want to stress. Darren, who I was with almost 8 years, and it was wonderful, but he was starting, we were getting, well, with getting our, I don't want to say it, lose my channel, but the things you get because of the sea and all that, he was coming over more and having dinner. And so we were getting in that way closer instead of just going places and hanging out in a car or at a park or, or whatever, wherever we went. And he saw up close what I'm dealing with my son. Yeah. And I'll be honest, a 37-year-old woman, I don't know what she looks like, but he said it was for 2 weeks, it could have been months, was hitting on him, flirting with him, whatever, at work. And one time when he was over, she called. And he was semi more secretive about it. Like, I don't know, I could just sense something. And I said, well, is that a man or a woman? I just asked. I think he said a woman. We had a pretty, he had been burned, from his earlier wife and everything. And, and neither of us are players in this kind of deal. And so it was really special and nice while it lasted. But it's not because I was watching Dolly Vision or anything like that. It wasn't, because I showed him that just a couple of times even, and he hadn't even heard about it. He's not into YouTube, you know, and so that's false. He probably left me for a younger woman, 37 years old. You know what I mean? And it's life. I'm not even embarrassed about it. It's life. It's going to happen to all of you guys too that are young. Not that. Something close to it could, you know. But I don't wish it on anybody, that's for sure. And I haven't called him one time, not one, to see if, he's still with her, or is he happy in his life, or just to hear his voice. Not once. Yeah. When things are over, for me anyway, like with Mel, 20 some years ago, and stuff like that, unless you have a child with him, like Joe and I and everything, it's over, right? I already married my ex again, my first one, 2 marriages with the same guy. I just still can't even believe it. Okay. Do you want out? Okay. All right, you scurry out. Don't let the kittens out. Oh. Yeah. So be careful of the rumors you hear. Don't take them at face value, you guys. Just because it's being said and maybe repeated a second or third time doesn't mean any of it's true. Okay, so she said we talked about him being friends with lots of policemen. He said they were having a tough time because of bodies going missing in the Waitakere Ranges. Oh my gosh. So he's on a date with her talking about this stuff, you guys. Which I guess is okay, but excuse me, missing bodies. By the way, it says here where Ms. Mullane's body would later be found. Police dogs can only smell 4 feet deep, so if they are buried deeper than that, they can't find them. That's what he said to her. Oh, God. Can you imagine being on a date with a guy? And he's talking about, I suppose it's okay because he probably said it like the policemen were telling him. Oh, yeah, the police dogs can only smell 4 feet deep, so if they're buried deeper than that, they can't find them. You're next. Jeez. I thought it was a bit strange, but an interesting fact, she said. We got talking about poisonous snakes in Australia, and he became quite animated about that. It was quite out there, she said. Then he told me this really bizarre story. He said it's crazy how a guy can make one mistake and go to jail for the rest of his life. He told me about a guy he knew in Australia who had consensual, rough sex. It's right here. People think I just want to be whatever. Where is it? Right there. Under the he told me. Consensual rough sex involving strangulation with his girlfriend, but ended up accidentally killing her. Okay, so maybe that's then what he did to the Miss Mullane. All right. It was an accident. Things went wrong, and he was really upset by that because he loved her. But the guy got done for manslaughter and was sent down for a long time, he said to her. What we know now is this could have been him testing out his story on me, she said. He could see I was a bit uncomfortable and tried to talk about more mundane things. I didn't make a swift exit. I am quite used to dealing with all sorts of people, but it was definitely weird. Oh my God. My instincts kicked in. Wow. Before we said goodbye, he said, "My car is this way." My car was down that same road, but by that stage. I was feeling uneasy, and my instincts had just kicked in, telling me to walk a different way. He was also a lot bigger than me, so if something went wrong, I knew I wouldn't be able to defend myself. In hindsight, it was a good decision. It was my intuition sense. My brain was saying this was strange, that was strange. It is really strange in hindsight to think of Grace being dead in his room. I don't think it is in the realm of what normal human brains can comprehend. It is hard to look back and think that that had just happened to her. There's nothing I could have done, and I know that now, but it is still really hard to come to terms with that. Wow. In the hours before she disappeared, Miss Mullane and the defendant were seen in the Sky City development. Um, what is that, a place like where you have coffee and look at your computer or something? There's Miss Mullane in her dark dress and what's his first name? I can't even remember now. Jepson, something Jepson. Anyway, I do think if I had been a date in the evening, potentially, I could have been a victim. I take quite a lot of solace in the fact I do have my wits about me and do take safety in online dating quite seriously. And that is nothing against any woman who's willing to go home with someone on the first date. I do want to just say to young women to take one more step in your thinking when you are on a date to see how well you know this person. Since then, I have been on dates with lovely, trustworthy men, but thought, how well do I really know them? It has made me go a little slower, divulge less information. I know in modern dating it is quite common to give people your Instagram handle, but you are giving people access to a lot of personal information. It is really dangerous, and I want to just encourage people to step back. There is nothing wrong with taking a step back, taking it slow, and pacing yourself a bit. Alcohol is a big effect. It is part of the social fabric of dating and part of life these days. But it still comes with massive risk. Women need to be really aware of how much they are drinking on dates, and unfortunately, drinks are sometimes spiked. I was roofied. I'm not going to get into the story I already have, but I was. But they didn't take me anywhere because my head was bouncing off the brick walls and I ended up in an ambulance. But lots of women that I've seen in chats have been roofied. We live in this world where people are still idealistic about how things should be on dates, but incidents like these take things back 10, 20 years, where women are still having to grip their keys between their fingers or can't leave a drink on the table. We aren't as developed as we think we are in areas such as dating. Technology has got ahead of us. I think people are as they always are. I think with the advancement of technology, we thought we would become more refined, but we are just the same, but with new technology. I think the invention of dating apps is a wonderful thing, and I wouldn't want to live in a world without that, but I just wish for a world where women don't have to think about their safety all the time. That's for sure. That'd be nice. I mean, men aren't safe these days either, but women are more at risk. Yeah. And then remember, you guys, there's that thing, right? Where I guess traffickers put like a dollar bill or something in the windshield wiper area or tucked in the window by the passenger side, and that is supposed to alert a second or another person that they're pretty and they're young or something. And then the woman goes to that car where that bill is. And if you see it, hightail it away fast. Right? Remember when that came up, you guys, like 8 months ago or something? Remember that? Yeah. Yeah. Good night, Chicken Snake. Thanks for coming over. Thanks for not feeding into all the hype. Oh. Mm. Thank you, Selena. That's sweet. Thank you, Lori, for being here. Yeah, I gotta say, I agree. I won't ever do anything like that again. I did the silly meet me 10 years ago. I was real curious, had never done anything like that. And I met a nice guy, you know. I met Dennis, and we were together 4 years, but he lived so far away, you know. I mean, not that far. He lived near Seattle. But, then he started doing his truck driving business and everything. And it just kind of, fizzled out. Well, not really. I kind of ended it, but, I'm buffering. Was this a while back or am I still buffering? Am I buffering now, you guys? Hi, Tootie. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sidekick. Am I buffering? Let me see. Whoops. Is that the last one? No. Put a 1 in chat if I'm buffering. I'll sit here and wait. Yeah, I don't like fake niceness. I mean, obviously, right, on some of the messages that were leaked, but the thing is, you guys, who doesn't get angry? I mean, really. Poor Kylie. I just got a notification from Messenger. She's like, oh my God, doll. Thank God I have friends. No buffer. Hi, Kenny Knackers. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Thank you. I'm going to take a peek at the chat after all, and then I'm going to go out and take some Tylenol. Oh, hi, Millie Joe. From down under. Lloyd Boston. Hi, Lloyd. Are you down south? You probably are. Well, maybe not. You could be in the Midwest. You could, I think. Wait. No, that's Richard. Okay. Team Rose's friend is Richard that visits her. Okay. And Killer Duck is from down under. Donna McCain. Lazy Boy. Is Rose still here? What? No. Kylie, if you hear that, short, long, all your messages are fine. You know what's wonderful? I still trust. I still trust. Because I know there's some good people out there. There's some humanity left. Oh, really? Flavor Flav? Gal, I used to watch that show. Remember he had the clock? I'm sorry, I just could not date that guy. Could you guys? Oh, Lord. He's just, I mean, he's okay, but he was so goofy. Oh, thank you, Aqua. Thank you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. Thank you. Stop sneak dissing. Is that to me, Tootie? Are you upset with me? Because you used to like me on here. Or are you talking to people in chat? I'm not really sure. Because I feel like that's what's been happening to me for 3 weeks. See? But developing feelings. I'm roasting in this sweater. I think I have to turn the fan on. It's just not that simple. And I never ever did a 40-minute program about anyone. You know, I was asked a stupid ass question about 2 creators, and everybody just went wild. And Lori, I don't question who you have or haven't met. Why am I being questioned? I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. I'm concerned. You've got to stay non-stressed or whatever, more than me. Because you're dealing, you know, with your cancer. I mean, you've said it, I've said it, people know. So, there. Okay, so I'm going to put the music on and take a couple Tylenol and turn my fan on or something because, yeah. I'll be right back. This song is called Spirit Riders, Riders, and it's by Telecasted, this country sounding song. See if it goes again. Okay, it did. Oops. Yeehaw! Just let the song play out. Why not? Kind of reminds me of like Bonanza and Big Valley and Gunsmoke and what were some of the other westerns back in the 60s. I didn't watch that many of them, but I liked a couple of them. Ooh! They're getting so big. Yeehaw, chippy-yay, or however it goes. Okay, I forgot to read the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Okay. Rawhide. What did I say? Yippee-yay? Some stupid... Was that a show? Was there a show called Rawhide? Rawhide 2? I wonder. Thanks, Killer Duck. What made you choose that name? Killer Duck, Australia. Are there killer ducks in Australia? There must be. Nah, there probably isn't. Maybe there's killer ducks everywhere, or maybe they're only in Australia. Fiddlesticks. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, why on earth am I not being able to type? Oh, a silly commercial thing, of course. Uh-oh. Has anyone heard of this young lady? Her name is Sydney Loofe, Loofe. Probably not, right? Hi, Janice. Hi, everybody. 1959 movie. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi. Say hi to everyone really quick, or whatever. Hi, Shelly Seashells. Hi, Tootie. Hi, Team Rose. Hi, Deanna M. Angelique. Oh, I like that. Make a t-shirt that says that. Hold on to our humanity. I mean, that would cover, right? Not being desensitized by violence, right? The crazy games out there that 6-year-old little boys and girls see and play. All the violent movies and shows out there in the world. Bullying. I mean, what else has to do with humanity? Forgiveness, grace, humbleness, right? Or am I just way off? Well, I saw a side of her that I thought was genuine. Wow, there's actually some of you in here while Dolly Vision's live. But he's got a good show. It's about, who is it about again? Baby Gap. I was thinking rap. It's Gap. So I wonder if he'll even say one word or touch upon the chaos in other people's chats, you know? Oh, I like that. Time in nature reminds us of our humanity and makes us more humble. Yeah, Mary Jane, he's live. Hi, Kylie. Hi. Your daughter looks just like you, Kylie. My daughter looks just like me. Well, especially when she was little. Thank you for being here. You know, even though there aren't a lot of people in my chat, whoops. And if I have one person, or honestly, if I don't have any, if it comes to a point where I don't have one person in my chat, I'm not trying to be all uh martyr here, whatever. I'm just saying I'll just do my live and people will hopefully watch it back. Because I'm here to say my live yesterday got over 2,000 views. Over. I'm not bragging. If I was bragging, you'd know it. I'm just stating, like 2020 when I started this live. So I'm doing something right, and I'm not quite sure. Well, hi, Maria G. Hi, darling. You're getting all sorts of hate too. And it's really sad. You know, it's really, really sad that a mother like you can go through such sadness and fear and horror with what your daughter went through, right? And I can hear women scoff and laugh at you. That's not even bullying. You know what that is to me? That's evil slash vile. It's beyond not right. Yeah. Oh, hi, Tip. I thought you were my ex all this time, but he vows on the Bible that it's not him. And you said you used to know my son, but I know you're not going to put your first name or anything in here. Did you live at these apartments? Don't say the name. That's the only question I think I'll ask you. Did you? Because I've been here. We've been here like 22. It'll be 23 years in April 21st or something. Um, So, you know, that more than likely is where you met my son. Oh, you're funny, Kylie. You're both beautiful women. Hi, Debbie. Who's that? Oh, maybe you're talking to someone else, Deb. You all have been, for lack of a better word, I'm just going to say it, champions. Champions in other people's chat against bullying, period. You know, I mean, people are either bullying or they're not. And when I notice it in my chat, like yesterday, a little bit with, you know, AH will just say, because, you know, Team Rose, she was a little bit on a roll. But, you know, I said something. And in fact, when I watched back that darn long live, I said something 3 times. You know, I tried to do something about it. Well, thanks, Janice. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't been there since I was 19, and I was sicker than a darn dog when I arrived. Like my throat hurt and everything. Oh, God. I don't even really like tea, and I was asking for tea with honey. It was killing me. Okay, so this is Sydney Loof. Loof is spelled Loofe. On November 15, 2017, Sydney Loof left work for a Tinder date in Wilbur, Nebraska. Oh, Lord, a little country town. You come here. He's sitting down there. This one's a little bit timid, but not too bad. Here, it's okay. And they're starting to like to be pet more, even though all three were by me on the bed this morning, see? And they like maybe not. they oh jeez, I just bumped the black one in the head with my finger. Tari, this one really likes it. Watch. This one will just sit and curl up by my side. They're starting to like come around and do more cuddling. And now you want out again, and now I lost my page. Oh, there we are. All right. In and out, in and out. There you go. Oh, dear. This is in Nebraska. The day after Loof was reported missing after failing to appear for work at a local Menard store in Lincoln, Nebraska. 3 weeks later, Loof's trigger warning. Trigger warning. Thank you. Hi, Peachy. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I didn't even know I was one, but I know I'm one now. I know I am. It's partially why I can cry. The drop of a pin. I don't remember being like that, you guys, in my 20s. Or in my drinking days, you covered up your feelings with alcohol. And then for me, I felt sick the next day, you know? Um, no, I don't know who to trust anymore. And honestly, Ruby, you've never really been on my side. I'm not a fool, you know? So I'll use my own discretion, which hasn't worked too well, but Okay, so wow. This poor girl. She agreed to go on a first date with Bailey Boswell on November 14, 2017. Well, all right, I'll just read the background. Wait, am I up here? Okay, yeah. Loof's dismembered remains were found along a gravel road 60 miles from her date location. Two suspects. Oh, thank you, Faye. Thank you, hun. Um, you don't have to do that. Um, okay, so there was this Bailey Boswell and Aubrey Trail. I watched the video, you guys. I don't know if this was on, the heck was it on? It might have been on 48 Hours, or it wasn't Forensics, or I don't know, one of the others. Anyway, They were arrested concerning Loof's MURDER. The suspect's stories have changed throughout time. Initially, Boswell and Trail, that's Aubrey Trail, denied involvement in Loof's killing. But after discovering Loof's body, Aubrey confessed to the killing, while Boswell maintained innocence. The prosecution's store receipts and video evidence show the couple purchasing bleach, saws, and trash bags shortly before Loof's disappearance. Cell tower data mapped the suspects following Loof on the date. Aubrey was sentenced to death. Oh. While Boswell was sentenced to life in prison. Loof's MURDER has attracted significant mainstream media attention, with news outlets publishing newer developments as the trials proceed. Well, this has got to be done by now. This happened in 2017. Okay, this poor woman. Well, thank you, Penny, I guess. If you want to be nice to me at all, please take those videos down of my stupid voice being mean, please. Every day I check, even yesterday, to see if they're still up, and they are. So please, Penny, please just take them down. Thank you so much. I didn't know I called you stubborn. I thought I said I might have, but I thought I said someone called you and you obliged. Then I saw you in chat and I said you were saying, who did I oblige to? Or something like that. Or I don't oblige to anyone. Or I don't know. And then the next day they were up. Thank you for that. Thank you. Will you keep them down? Done? You say done. Will you keep them down, though? Nobody deserves this, you guys. Nobody. Thank you, Penny. That means a lot to me. Could you destroy him? Couldn't you destroy him? I didn't expect this either. Thank you, Penny. Thank you. No, I appreciate it so much. She didn't have to come in here. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to read about Sydney Loof. She was Sydney Irene Loof. She was born on August 21st, 1993, in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Raised in Arcadia by her parents, George W. and Susie Loof, Sydney and her family moved to Neligh around 2000.
Yeah, thank you. Please don't, I don't want anyone maybe fighting with Penny or saying, well, you did that, you know. Thank you, Penny, so much. That means the 250 comments, the 250 comments will be gone too. I don't know who SJJKKS Mama is. Tina knows me. I don't know. Deb E, come on, let's fight. I thought you were my friend. Why would I want to fight with you? I don't understand. You've always had my back. I'm trying, Penny. Me? I get my mail here. We have a hub from Amazon and, of course, a little boxes with a key, you know. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I was getting wrench happy there for a while. Thank you. Raised in Arcadia by her parents, George W. and Susie Louv, Sydney and her family moved to Neeli around 2000. She was known for her skilled fishing. Louv played basketball and golf while in school, but she developed scoliosis as a teenager, hindering her from playing sports. After graduating from Neeli Oakdale High School in 2011, she worked at her local Menards store. Susie recounted her daughter suffering from anxiety and major depression merely days before her disappearance. What? That's just awful. The mother recounted her daughter suffering from anxiety and major depression merely days before her disappearance. Louv, Sydney, discussed her worsening mental health with her family, who scheduled and drove her to a doctor appointment to get antidepressants. It was the last time that Sydney's family saw her. Oh, God, you guys. Okay, I'm going to call them predators because that's what they sound like to me. Bailey Marie Boswell was raised in Leon, Iowa. She was an infant when her biological father was killed. Well, it says Murdered, but she excelled at school athletics, topping the list of fastest runners on her relay team and scoring dozens of points in basketball games. She was offered a scholarship to play college basketball. However, she turned to substance abuse after her graduation. A 2016 issue of the local newspaper of Cameron, Missouri, shows Boswell being cited $400 for possession of recreational drug paraphernalia. A mother to one daughter. Oh, I didn't know she had a child. Boswell was married to Freddie Pennell. Bailey's mother, Priscilla, recounted that the Pennell-Boswell relationship was physically, emotionally, and sexually abusive. Pennell had a drug addiction that led authorities to revoke the parents' custody of their school-age daughter. Oh, wow. According to this mother, Pennell also beat up a pregnant Bailey before kicking her face. The prosecutor claimed that Boswell sought out this guy, Trail. Now I can't remember his first name. Oh, it's up here. Aubrey. I guess Aubrey is a man. That's a girl's name too, right? Anyway, sought out Aubrey on the now defunct sex marketplace back page, alleging that she was looking for a sugar daddy. I saw the pictures of them, you guys. He was really creepy. Well, she was too, though. Because after they got rid of this poor woman, and I can't remember why they did what they did. I think it was literally a sadistic kind of whatever thing that Sydney, didn't know she was getting into. And I think she was actually kind of catfished, kind of. Because I think Sydney liked men and women or whatever, and she thought, let's see if I'm right about this, if my memory serves me. She thought she was just going to meet up with a woman and ended up meeting with a man and woman, and I think. Um, oh, okay, the dates. Sydney agreed to go on a first date with Bailey Boswell. See, that's the woman on November 14, 2017. Boswell used a fake alias of Audrey. Sydney asked Boswell twice if they would be the only people at the date, to which Boswell responded in the affirmative. The date was held in a basement. What? That Boswell and Aubrey had rented for 6 months? On November 15, Sydney went on another date. Oh, so they let her go the first time. I forgot about these details. With this woman. Before heading to her date, Sydney posted a Snapchat image captioned, "Ready for my date." Cell tower data show Boswell and his phones, Aubrey's phones, traveling from Sydney's rental home to Wilbur. Sydney's phone last pinged Wilbur before the phone shut off at 8:32 p.m. This is really quite horrific. Oh, thank you for the trigger warning, all of you. Thank you. Um, more pretty when I cry. Oh, dear. No, I've never said, did I go or didn't I go? I've never said. So people can surmise and think whatever they want. They can come to their own conclusion with what they heard. And think whatever they want, because honestly, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about it. And people are going to think what they want anyway. You know? So someday this will stop and end. Hopefully. Hi, Anna. Okay. Sydney's disappearance. Oh my goodness. Wait. What's that? Oh, good. It's paper. Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, you're so funny. On November 16, Sydney, Sydney, a store clerk at one of the Menards stores in Lincoln, failed to show up for work. Her mother, Susie, texted her, unaware Sydney was on a date, but Sydney did not respond. Susie then reported her daughter missing, and the next day the police paid a welfare check visit at her rental home. Sydney was not found in her home, but there was no evidence of an altercation, and her car, glasses, and purse were left behind. Sydney's cat was not fed as usual. Bleach odor at Boswell and Trail's basement. Those are the last names. No. Let me put this up here. I didn't admit to anything. That's what she said. I didn't say yes and I didn't say no. And again, you guys can believe the audio or you don't have to. And I'm not trying to be flip about it, but, you know, I'm really not trying to be flip about it. I just wish people would stop surmising and even give a darn. Oh dear. Why do cats like paper so much? What's going on? All right. Meanwhile, the owner of the duplex where Boswell and, Trail rented the basement complained of a bleach odor emanating from the basement. The smell was so strong that a member of the owner's family began throwing up and getting hives. Oh, wow. Additionally, it was strange for Boswell and Trail to have an air conditioner on in the cold month of November. Sydney confided her date plans to several friends, among them Brooklyn McChrystal. After Sydney went missing, McChrystal set out to find out the identity of the Tinder date. She swiped left on one Tinder profile after another until stumbling upon the profile of Audrey, where she swiped right. She messaged Audrey, who responded by messaging back her phone number, which McChrystal provided to authorities. Oh. Within 2 days, Saline County Police was able to pin down the Wilbur duplex as the last place where Sydney's phone pinged. Police conducted a welfare check, knocking on Boswell and Trail's apartment door, but no one answered. Using the landlord's key, the police entered the apartment, but the only thing that caught their attention was the pungent smell of bleach. The next day, police came ready with a search warrant, but again, nothing was out of the ordinary, and the basement looked exactly the same as the day before. Whoops, I didn't mean to leave that up. Sorry. Persons of interest. On November 28, Boswell and Trail were considered by police as persons of interest. The couple responded to this declaration by making a Facebook live stream. This is where they were in their car doing a Facebook live stream, denying everything, defending themselves, and maintaining their innocence. Did anybody see this besides me? Has anyone seen this? Hmm. Well, you think you've seen it, Mary Jane? Maria G hasn't seen it. SJJKKS, no, I have not. Oh, I didn't know what in the beginning of this live tonight. Well, oops, I didn't even mean to hit that. I'm just scrolling. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I think I know who you are, SJJKKS, I think. Yeah. No, I won't say out loud. SJJ. Oops. I didn't mean to hit that either. Oh, thanks, Arco Show, for putting the disclaimer in. Okay. I think it's my neck. All right. Um. Okay, so the couple responded to this declaration by making a Facebook live stream defending themselves and maintaining their innocence. Boswell claimed that the dates involved her and Sydney driving the car around and smoking, can I say, canna, Cannabis. And that following the second date, Boswell drove Sydney to a friend's home in what was Boswell's last sighting of Sydney. Trail can be heard praying for Sydney to be found safe soon. On November 30, 2 days later, Boswell and Trail were arrested at a motel in Branson, Missouri, for a different set of charges related to fraud. They possessed maps sleeping bags, and hiking shoes. It appeared to have been part of their plan to escape to Mexico. Sydney's body is found. Search teams led by the FBI and local police departments eventually found Sydney's trigger warning severed remains on December 4 and 5. Body parts. Wow. Sex toys, apparel, and other items were found wrapped inside many 30-gallon black trash bags alongside a gravel road north of Edgar, Nebraska, approximately 1 hour west of Wilbur. Oh, good grief. Part of Sydney's upper arm has not yet been found. 3 months later, Sydney's... Oh my gosh, you guys. The parents just... Hi, Halloween baby. Sweet dreams to you. Thank you. 3 months later, Sydney's slit bra and the shirt seen in her last Snapchat image were discovered. Okay, so now Trail confesses. Is this the man? Yes. Aubrey Trail made several, sometimes contradicting confessions. Initially, he confessed from jail that he solely killed Sydney, referencing the law of retaliation. Trail proclaimed his wish to be executed for Sydney's killing. In a subsequent confession, he alleged that Sydney died following a third date with Boswell on November 16. In a third confession, he claimed that the trio was to participate in a sexual fantasy where he would be with 2 women and that he would choke Sydney, but that she accidentally died as a result. In a fourth confession, he recanted some of his previous confessions, claiming there were no such things as sexual fantasy or threesome, but maintained that he accidentally choked her to death. At some point, he told the FBI that his job was to make movies for special kinds of kinks. He was paid by people who wanted to see these movies, and he used their money to pay subjects such as Sydney, knowing full well that a choking kink can lead to death. However, some of Trail's confessions seemed credible to authorities, such as when he tipped them about the location where he threw Sydney's smartphone, leading the police to Wilbur's Czech cemetery, where indeed they found her phone, driver's license, and credit card. A panel of 3 judges presided over the trial. On June 11th, Boswell and Trail were charged with MURDER in the first degree and improper disposal of human remains. A day later, the duo made their first court appearance. In July and August, they expressed their plans to seek capital punishment, both of whom pled not guilty. The prosecution added conspiracy to commit MURDER to the list of charges pressed against the 2. At the end of June, a frustrated Aubrey Trail lashed out at the court, proclaiming Boswell's innocence and cursing everyone. What? Before stabbing his neck with what appeared to be a razor blade. He missed a significant portion of the trial following his injury. What? I wonder if that's on YouTube. Nah, it probably wasn't filmed. The trial. Jeez. I'm tired. Evidence presented in court. The trial proceeded after Trail's injury, and the prosecution presented evidence against Boswell and Trail. Clerks from Falls City's Grand Weaver Hotel stated that they witnessed Loof, Boswell, and Trail at the hotel. Weeks before her disappearance, surveillance cameras recorded Boswell and Trail checking in at a Best Western hotel in Lincoln, nearby Sydney's Menards on November 14 at 4 p.m. On November 15 at 11:30 a.m., they shopped at Aardvark Antique Mall, buying a folding saw, a weeder, and food grinders. Shortly after, cell tower data for both suspects' phones show that they were waiting near Sydney's residence before her departure to work, and they appear to have followed Sydney to Menards. There in that day's CCTV recordings, Trail is seen entering at noon, right before Sydney exits the store, with Trail looking over his shoulder at her. At Maynard's, Trail purchased an air freshener, cotton cord Drano, protein bars, a thermometer, and lighters. Good grief. While Sydney was at work, Home Depot surveillance tape showed the duo buying a foot-long hacksaw, wire snips, drop clothes. Drop clothes. Is that what Kohberger was wearing? I've never heard him called that. Drop clothes. I should look that up. Bye, Radical Rose. And a sharp utility knife with backup blades. Other surveillance recordings display Boswell and Trail purchasing a tree saw, 30-gallon trash bags, and a couple gallons of Clorox bleach before and after the MURDER. Clorox and hefty plastic bags were bought from a Dollar General store a few hours before. Jeez, you guys, she's like at work and they're planning this crap. Sydney's second date, and from a grocery store in Wilbur the day after. Staff at both stores testified at the trial. A manager at the Dollar General store confirmed that the barcodes for the bleach in plastic bags found near her remains, Sydney's remains, matched the ones in Boswell and Trail's receipts. The manager also presented a receipt dated November 16, 2017, showing Boswell buying a couple of bottles of Drano. The grocery store Boswell purchased additional bleach, plastic trash bags, and a trash bin. After these purchases, data from cell towers show the pair's phones traveling to and from the area where Sydney's body remains were found. Despite extensive searches, authorities could not locate the cutting tools, especially the hacksaw. However, they had many items they could analyze, such as handcuffs, rope, dog collar and leash, and sex toys. Good God. Sydney's DNA could not be found anywhere on these items. Pieces of electric wire were found scattered near her remains, which Trail admitted he used to strangle her. However, the FBI found Sydney's blood on some apparel, namely a rubber glove and a pair of pants. Authorities could not identify who wore the glove or pants, although there was limited support for Trail's DNA on the surface of the electric wire. Overall, though, the quality of the latent prints was poor, disabling the police from definitively attributing them to any person. In July 2019, 3 women took the stand to allege that Boswell and Trail had desires to record victims as they tortured and killed them before profiting millions from the sales of these videos. In one of his confessions, Trail claimed that he recorded, oh, for God's sakes. Is trigger warning in? Thank you. Sydney's consenting to be choked. Maria, don't let your daughter see my shows ever. I mean, just don't. And if she already has, don't let her see anymore. Well, she probably has her own computer, but I hope you don't. Ugh, and I'm not saying you do, but I hope you don't. Okay, he recorded Sydney consenting to be choked, although that tape has never been found, and Trail never claimed to have recorded her death. Trail went on to recant the claim that he recorded Sydney giving consent to being, you know what. Later that month, the FBI revealed that while the pair were housed at the Saline County Jail, Trail transmitted letters, some ciphers, to Boswell, informing her of what story to tell the court. The codes were deciphered. These letters had Trail taking full responsibility for the MURDER and painting Boswell as a forced participant in the crime. Also written in the letters were Trail's plans to make money by making SNUFF, you know what films, alleging that he lied about the original intention for no one to get hurt in the process. Okay, I'm not even. I'm not going to read the mitigating circumstances. It's just stupid excuses. Okay, it took the jury only a few hours to reach the decision to convict Trail with first-degree MURDER, conspiracy to commit MURDER, and improper disposal of human skeletal remains. Trail sought a new trial. Request was rejected by Judge Vicki Johnson. Boswell fared better with her request to change venue, which was granted due to prejudice. February 2020, District Judge Julie Smith recused herself as she was instrumental in the recent implementation of Nebraska's execution protocol. In October 2020, a jury convicted Boswell of MURDER in the first degree. Disposal remains, commit, conspiracy, all that. In June 2021, the three-judge panel unanimously agreed to sentence Trail to death. The man, appealing the sentence, Trail sought to represent himself, a request that was denied. Good. Boswell was sentenced to life in prison after one of the three judges opined that Boswell's actions did not meet the standard of exceptional depravity needed for imposing the capital punishment. Can you even believe that, you guys? I can't believe that. In an unrelated case, Boswell and Trail were sentenced for defrauding hundreds of thousands of dollars from interstate coin buyers. Trail already had a criminal background involving forged checks. Boswell is now an inmate at the Nebraska Correctional Center for Women in York. Trail is on death row at the Tecumseh State Correctional Institution in Tecumseh. All right, you guys. My headache doesn't really want to go away for some reason. So I'm going to go. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And it looks like Radical Rose is on, you guys. It's kind of hot having long hair with a sweater on. Yeah, go ahead and email me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. And, yeah. Anyway. Okay. Thanks. Bye, everybody. Hit the like if you will. Subscribe if you want to, okay? Thanks.